No, 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 no.
11?
Like you would think that it would be like mostly ignorance, not intelligence, but then you realize that it's a big mix of both, dude.
Reached 11 months. 11 babies can be born in that time. Can we spam 11 in the chat? 11 year-old children are useless. 11 wins this year in Minecraft Monday.
I'm the one this
11-year-old Fortnite kids.
You're bad. Quit the game, pussy bitch.
PewDiePie and xQc collab. Wide Peepo happy Felix and Felix crossover in the future. Felix and Felix G Fuel flavor. Wide Peepo happy Felix and Felix Wide Peepo happy. If you had to play one game for the rest of your life, what would it be? Also, is there any plans
Probably
of a
League,
stream
dude.
or a media share soon? Less than 3.
Probably League.
xQcOW.
I know it sounds bad, but it's because it's how it all started, dude. Yeah, of course, really.
Hey xQc, now that you're looking at
I can play the game in any mood, bad or good.
Games like the Silent Hill series.
And even though like the games are upsetting sometimes, I always like
horror games, but
I feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm progressing somewhere.
Playing some classics could be fun.
It's where what started? It's where I felt like I could be something.
I like the haircut.
Like it's with League that I started having the mentality that I could generally be something in gaming, dude. And yeah, I transferred over to Overwatch when Overwatch came out. But the seed idea was built with that game.
Talked about it before. Also, can you tell us a story of a time you tried to lure someone? Because let's be honest,
StarCraft, I was good, but I was always very discouraged by seeing all the Koreans play because they were so good. Like I'm never gonna be like that. Because the problem with StarCraft is that the problem with StarCraft, the game requires an incredible amount of mental tenacity. StarCraft, I know that you guys don't play that game or don't even know about the game, and well, that's fine, whatever. Like, you cannot let go. You know when you force a muscle, like, right? StarCraft is kind of like doing that with your head, but you cannot let go for the entire game. As soon as you let go, you lose at high level. Like, you have to flex your head the entire time, and that's very, very draining. It's super draining. Like, after, like, 6-7 games, like, I would have, like, actual huge headaches and whatnot. Like, it's just crazy, dude. And that just felt very draining to me, dude. And it felt like, even if I did it for a long time, I would not become pro at it. It's why that seed idea didn't come from StarCraft, it came from League. Not like chess. Chess, I'm not sure you can like, okay, breathe in, breathe out. In StarCraft, you cannot breathe in, breathe out. You cannot.
What are they doing? I can't believe this. But why? What is that? Yep, cock.
Because basically...
Yo, since you got an Xbox One now, you should check out Rare.
Are you kidding?
It's a bundle of Rareware's best games. It's got Banjo
chat.
Banjo
about 10 minutes left of this. I'll do one last one. One last one. Okay, I'll talk while we're doing this. Okay, I'll explain.
Yep.
So the Koreans have like an extreme, I mean, not only the Koreans, but most of the pros, because the game is established over there, have extreme high APM, which stands for actions per minute. Well, they click extremely fast and they do a lot of actions at the same time, right? And they can do small time attacks on a lot of your bases at the same time as they're expanding their own base or whatever. So if you don't keep up, you lose stuff as well as they're building stuff. So you're literally losing on both ends at the same time. That's how I can do like 300, 400 APM. Like I could do like 170, 200 of real APM, not, yeah, whatever. And they're just very good. So that game, I was like, that game, I'm not gonna be pro at it. I played in a couple of pro tournaments or like open brackets where I did do pretty well, but I knew that I wouldn't make it. But then when I played League, I had played Heroes of New Earth when I was young. Heroes of New Earth is what we call Dota 1.5. They have a lot of heroes from Dota 1.
As a Korean
And,
APM, I am very offended. Not all Koreans have high APM.
Last try.
Chat, we got him. Racism.
Okay. You get it, chat? And I played the game a lot and I was very, very good at it. But it just felt like the game had no scene. Like, you couldn't deprod it. Which I didn't care about because I enjoyed the game.
You've ignored this question the last 2 times I've asked you this.
But then my friends...
Why don't you think there are more 1v1 FPS games? Don't you think that team-based games are cancer? Why not rely solely on yourself?
Yeah, but they're social. And a lot of gamers seek a social experience simultaneously. But they're social. People love the social aspect of games. Even if it's upsetting and it makes them mad, at least they feel like they have a connection with other people. And sometimes that's very meaningful. It's a fulfilling experience. Anyway, I played that game a lot, and I was pretty high rated. Like I don't know how high on the ladder that would be. I think I peaked at like rating 1,902.
11 months xQc.
Which I don't know if anybody even knows if that's like what is that, like top like 2,000s like that?
It's
in Heroes of the North? That's pretty fucking high. That's pretty fucking high. Anyway, I played all the time, and then this new game came out, League of Legends, and I hated the way it looked, so I didn't play it. But then, you know, I went to school, my friends played it, dude, and they're like, yo, dude, we're playing this game, lol, and I'm like, dude, it looks for kids, yo. I never played it. But at some point,
you should check out a game called
it was snowing outside, and my bus crashed
made it in a nostalgic style. Here is the trailer.
Into a ditch. And the TV said that the TV said that the schools were closed for a snow day. So I was like, okay, sure, dude, I'll stay home, I guess. I mean, of course, I was happy. And then all my friends were all home, and they were all playing League. And I was like, you know, dude, whatever, dude, I'll give it a try. So I download the game, I log in, and these guys didn't know I was good at that one game that was similar. So I picked Nunu and we do 3-3s, right? And I'm just like, dude, I'm like rolling, like really hard. Like guys, it's like level 1 games. Like people are all bad, but I was like super hardcore rolling. I was like, yo, dude, this is kind of fun. Like I hate the way it looks and whatever, but it's kind of fun.
2-month subs are gonna have a red sub badge next month. Pretty crazy xQcOW.
Are you? It's not working! It's not working! Guys, about 5 minutes left for the download. Anyway, let me finish my story. So then, as I was playing the game, and I dropped all my other games to play League, like full time, like I would run from school to play it. And I went from like silver to platinum in a couple months. And then eventually I got diamond. A big problem though was getting my accounts banned.
Where you got your bus chair from?
I would get my accounts banned a lot, so I would have to start over again. So I get a lot of accounts banned. And then when I finished high school, I was at AD main, which is a role in League, and I was Diamond 1. And at the time, Diamond 1, there was no Masters League. There's only Grandmaster. There was only Challenger. And the way that I know this sounds really dumb. Maybe some of you guys will remember this, but I'm probably 0% will remember this. But fuck! Last try. The way it worked is that you would get +3, +4 points at high Diamond 1. You wouldn't get +15, +20. You would get no points at all. Literally no points. And if by any means, the way you would promote is that you had to get the 100 points. That's how you promote in that game. And at the end, you would get stuck at 99 points. And you had to win like 12 games in a fucking row. And if you did that, and the system thought that you were high enough, they would place you at 100 points and they would give you your promos. Right. And that I'm just trying to give you a picture of how hard it was to get to fucking Challenger. It was dog shit. It was very, very hard. Anyway, I was kind of a kid, but I was like a Demon 1 90 LP. Which was for me like, dude, that's crazy. Like you know, dude, I wasn't that good, but I genuinely thought that I could make it, dude. Like, if I tried hard and I put even more time than I'm already putting in, I could make it to pro. And it's not delusional. I don't think it's delusional of an idea. Because there's a lot of roles. There's like, there's 5 roles. And let's say there's like 10 pro teams. That's you know, in terms of numbers, you're almost there, dude. So I thought I could make it. So I dumped a lot of time in it, and I started streaming it. And then streaming was really fun, and I enjoyed streaming League. But it took away from the experience of actually trying hard and playing. Because I was talking and interacting, and you know, I enjoyed doing that. But it just seemed like that sort of dream of making it to pro was kind of like vanishing, which is what I wanted in the first place. But I still stream the game like 8-10 hours a day every day. Even though I was making no money. I didn't give a fuck, because you know. So then Overwatch came along, and even though I didn't have 0 viewers, I had like 150, 140, which was like a #1 spot for my language. In French Canadian, I was #1. Which was pretty cool. And Overwatch came along, and I really wanted to play it. And I enjoyed the game a lot. And whenever I swapped, I went from like my normal like 130, 140 viewers, 150, sometimes peaked to 200. I went to 13 peak. So I would get like an average of like 9, 10 viewers, and it would peak at like 13, 15. But I didn't care. I didn't care because it's what I wanted to do. So instead of making like $10 a week or something like that, I was making $0. But that's not the big difference, is it? I didn't really care. But it was fucking pog. Because I felt like I was getting better at the game. So I continued onto that path. And then finally, after asking Twitch to be partnered for months and getting denied every time, my biggest competitor in French League of Legends had a partner badge that he like snuck in. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And he would do things with like sub games, like sub raffles, and we do a lot of things with subs that I wish I could do, but I couldn't because I didn't have a sub button, and I felt cheated. I was like, dude, like I'm locked out of so many good things, man, because it's just unfair, yo. And it was just kind of trash. But I didn't care. I still did, I think, better content than he did. Anyway. After a while, we got like sponsored in Overwatch. We've gone to a pro team. And in the contract, they gave us a free Twitch sub button. I didn't have to apply. I didn't have to do anything. I would just get it. But at that time, in my heart, I had already earned it. It didn't matter to me. Because the person at my size that asked for sub button got it, and I didn't. Yo, fuck you, dude. This is just trash, dude. Fucking sniper, dude. So, I got my sub button, dude. And the first day I got 12 subs. I remember I had 12 subs, and I was like, dude, that's fucking sick, dude. The people from League that left me, even though they did leave me, and they're not even watching the stream anymore, dude, they still came by to sub to encourage me, dude. And I was like, dude, that's fucking sick. Poaching. So I had 12 subs. And I was really happy about that. So I continued on, and yeah, guys, it's a long story. This could go on for hours, but anyway, long story short, it was from League that I got the idea that I could make something out of gaming, or I could become a pro if I put my head to it, and it translated to Overwatch. Keep going, guys. This could take hours. I think it's kind of a weird mood to do this story like that. Okay, well, if I'm gonna continue with this story, I'm gonna have to go back a little bit then. Okay, I'll continue with the story then. It's a long story. Okay, I'll tell you guys how pro gaming became for me then. It's a good story. Okay. So I'm gonna go backwards a little bit in the story. I'm gonna go backwards a little bit and go back to the point where I swept Overwatch. I wasn't that good. I was okay, but I would only play Reaper. And I was pretty low ranked. And I played with this guy that wanted to compete. And it was a DPS, and I was really bad. I couldn't aim, but I was delusional. So I stuck with him, and we would both play double DPS, and he would complain about our teammates being bad at the game, and whatever. He's a cool guy, I like him. His name was Fraser. Anyway, the dream of competing was kind of lost because he quit the game. Because he knew we were not going to make it, and he was in law school. So I felt kind of alone. When I played solo queue, I kept playing Reaper and whatever the fuck. And I kept dying to this big tank character that would stun me. And I kept saying, even after days of it, who's stunning me? And I wouldn't even put the time in to understand who was stunning me. And it was Reinhardt. So I picked up on the character because I wanted to be the guy that would stun people instead of being stunned. So I picked Reinhardt, and my rating started going up like crazy. I'm like, dude, it's not even hard. Like, I don't get it. How are people not like max starting with this shit? It's just broken. Like I could literally carry a game on my like I wasn't even that good at the game. I didn't have that much knowledge, and I could literally 1v6 the games. Like with my own actions, I could literally carry the entire game. And then my rating was going up. It kept going up. And I think playing tank in League of Legends is gonna help me understand like the complexities of tanking. So then I was fucking rolling. And I was really happy about that. Up to the point where, okay, I wasn't getting banned in Overwatch, but I was getting chat muted. Where I couldn't use my mic in games. When I would click a button, it would do click, the sound, but my icon wouldn't appear above. Like I wouldn't be talking game. So, I was chat muted over and over, like I was chat muted for like a day, then 2 days, then a week, then a month. And I played a game with some guy called The Hun. And they kept talking to me. And I was rolling. And they're like, yo, Pog, man, yo, dude, go there. Are you there, man? And I wouldn't respond. Because I couldn't. I couldn't even type. So at the end of the game, it was Gibraltar. I remember it was, and it wasn't Gibraltar, I'm lying. It was Numbani. Numbani, I remember. I even had a clip of where I popped off really hard. And he's like, yo, dude, we're making a team, dude. Yeah, like, you want to be part of it or something like that. And he adds me and he's like, dude, why weren't you talking? Like, you did it. I was yelling and calling, dude, but I'm chat muted. And I was like, oh god, dude, okay, dude, you're so dumb. So I told him I was chat muted, but they didn't care because I was good. And then we made this team with this guy. I think it was called AGM and some other guy. I think he plays Valorant now. I think last time I played with him in rank, he ignored me, but whatever. No hard feelings. So we made a small team for a tournament that was coming up, but it was a qualifier. You're done. I'm done. One more. Anyway. Guys, I don't know what to play in the background when I'm telling you a story. I don't know what to play in the background. But I'll just continue with this. It's just background content. Who cares? I'll just continue talking. So then, we met together. And we started scrimming. And I didn't understand English very well. And I would tune in and out of comments because I didn't understand all the things that were saying. And even though I was doing very well on my own, like doing like solo plays, which is Overwatch is most guys, there's a lot of solo queue plays you could do. I was mostly a solo player, but I was trying to become a team player. And after one day of scrims, the next day was the tournament. And I remember it was all 5 of us, and we were playing on Route 66, which is a map. It's whatever. And we were winning, but I wasn't listening because I didn't understand what he was saying. And we were kind of winning. And I felt under pressure. Like I was trying to show that I'm good. I was trying to be better. I was trying to improve. All at the same time, it was very overwhelming for me. But I didn't care. I just did it. And anyway, at the end of the scrim block, I'm like, yo guys, tomorrow, dude, we're gonna be up at like 8. Okay, we're gonna practice until 9 and then start at 10. Like I don't remember what the schedule was, but I was like really hyped about this. And the leader of the team was like, guys, listen, we're not gonna make it. We're bad, and we're not gonna win. And frankly, I'm not gonna waste my time. So I'm gonna give you guys team captain. I'm leading the team, and tomorrow I'm gonna go to work. Like I think he said, I'm not gonna take a day off of work to play with you guys, something like that. And I was kind of sad because I knew that it was my fault, sort of. Yo, $50, you crazy herders, you're nuts. Thanks for $50, man. You're emotional, man. Happy we see you, chat with the midnight. I turned 24 years old. I just want to say thank you. You brought me so much entertainment in the past year. Wish you all the best. Thanks a million times, dude. Guys, add the notes enough because I want to focus on the story, dude. Anyway, it was kind of my fault, but whatever. So the next day, we couldn't participate because we didn't have players. So the team split in 2. It was me, the Hun, some other guys, and he had told me about some other guys that were also in between a team. So we did a merger. Me, the Hun, and I think Jolson with some other guys. And we did a merger. And we couldn't really scrim. So we 6-stacked like a bunch of bitches. And we built teamwork and whatnot. And that was the first iteration of our team called Team Q. It was called Team Q question mark. That was our team name. Okay, I'm gonna focus on the gameplay a little bit also. And we started playing, we started scrimming, started practicing, and we were doing tournaments and we weren't like really good. Like there were problems with our team. Some teams would leave, some people would come, like it was just pretty fucking bad. But we were getting better. But at the time, I had peaked at rank 1 in solo queue, and I think I ended at like rank 81, which is like super fucking high, but it wasn't that crazy. But for tank it was really good. So then, we would compete, and I remember the first really big moment for me was when we played for the tournament that was called the MSI London Qualifier. And the MSI Qualifier was a tournament to play in, and if you qualified, we would go to London. And at the time, maybe you guys know what Red Sea, Red Sea, whatever. They were playing for a team, Rise Nation. And in my heart, I thought we were better than them. Right? I knew we were better. Or at least, I knew that I was better than their main tank. And we would make it. So we played. And at the time, we didn't have any salary. So we made zero money. Literally, even my stream wasn't making money. So we were just, it was just literally just pure broke mode. But I needed this. Like, we needed to get there. To make a name for ourselves as the only unsponsored team that would make it across the ocean, dude, to go to Europe to compete without a salary. I thought it would be a big turning point in our careers. So we played tournaments and we're doing well in the brackets. And then I think in semifinals we met against Team Liquid. And Team Liquid had a lot of extremely good players. They had AZK, they had The Hang, they had Rafa. Send some love to Rafa if you ever seen him, dude. Yeah, something terrible happened to him recently. Much love to Rafa, dude. Anyway, They were all Quake pros and CS pros. They're sick. And we were out, I have to be honest, we were outmatched. We were not gonna win that match. On paper, we're not gonna win it, but I was dedicated. We're fucking winning this. And we were playing the map, Hollywood, I remember. And I think they hadn't pushed the whole map, and all we had to do was push second point, and we made it to fucking LAN. I think. I could be wrong about this. All we had to do is push towards the middle second points, and then we start pushing the payload, dude. Second point rolls around. It's like last fight, overtime. And like my heart's like in a racing, dude. And I start thinking about like Shatter, like I start like thinking about all the things. And their tank drops, dude. I block his Shatter. I turn around. I help my teammates. I go out of whatever, dude. Like I survive it. And then Mei throws her ult in. And then I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, can I even do anything here, dude? And the reality is, I can't. There's no way. Like, there's the way that physically that I can do anything to win the game. It's impossible. Like, it has to be my teammates. But it didn't matter. Like it was GG. Anyway, I get full frozen. Dude, team wipe. And then I just fuck it, dude. It was really crushing, dude. Like we lose, and it just felt so bad because, like, dude, we were right there, you know. Like we were right there. Like that was it. I'm not blaming. I'm just saying like that. As a tank, I was frozen. I couldn't do anything. And I remember, dude, like, it's very unhealthy, but I kept watching the VOD and be like, what if I played perfectly? What if I went there instead? What if I did this? And if I did this even better than that, like, almost like chess. Like, over-analyzing every possible move, and I was getting really sad. It's like, dude, fuck, man. Like, it's really odd feeling you have that you think that somewhere, somehow, if you moved and clicked differently, you would have won. But you don't know how, but you feel powerful but powerless at the same time. And it's really saddening. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong, you can't fix it. So we don't make it to LAN. We don't go to LAN. And at the time, like, I even told my mom, like, I was like, yo, mom, like, I know you don't believe in this gaming thing, but if I win this, I go to London. And she said, like, oh yeah, cool, that's so fun. But, and you could tell that in her tone, like, she didn't really believe, but can you really blame her? Like, I didn't really give her anything to believe on. So, I was like, you know, dude, I don't blame her for not... Fuck you! I don't blame her for not believing, because I won't believe either. But I'm gonna prove her wrong, dude. Hey, that's up, man. The tunnel was a dumpster fire for LAN? Yeah, I know. The hunt, I know. It was a dumpster fire. I'm not there in the story yet, but... Okay, anyway. So we don't make it to LAN. Whatever. Sucks balls. It just sucked because I felt like we could have made it, but our competitors over at Rise Nation, I thought were better, and they made it. They made it to LAN, and that fucking crushed me. I wasn't jealous or envious. I just felt like this couldn't have been us. You know, like this could have been us, but you know we're dog shit. That's kind of how I felt. But all in all, what happened with the LAN is that it ended up being a complete fucking dumpster fire. Like the computers over there were overheating. Like the internet was lagging. They didn't even play the matches. Like I think even the stream they played on crashed in the middle of it. I don't remember, dude. Like it was just nothing. They all showed up to Europe and it was a piece of shit. It ended up being like one of the biggest disasters ever. I was like, dude, we should be getting $800 a month, but we're not getting it. We're getting zero. And we're winning against teams that are getting $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month, each person. And it seems like there was no like light at the end of the tunnel. But I kept streaming and it was making a little bit more money, so I could afford rent and whatnot, which was pretty good. And after a while, we started being like extra. We found a strategy that we were doing that was working very well for us. And then we started beating the big fucking teams, the big events, the big leagues. Now we're actually winning against the top teams, right? And we're fucking rolling. So it was really like a powerful like moment for us, like to be so like underdog and win such like huge events. And we told the owners, yo bitches, listen, we are fucking done. Like you're paying us or GG. And well, they didn't pay us. They gave us like a trash amount, and it was like, okay, well, we're done with this. Yeah, they still owed us money, even the years after. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that. That's a long story. At one point, we kept beating a team called Immortals back to back. Every tournament, we beat them. We kept beating them. And these guys were making $4,000 a month. That was their salary. And it felt like so dirty that we were literally breathing through them. And we weren't getting any money, dude. Oh, I'm gonna die here, right? Anyway. We beat them in a big tournament. And their owner sent me a DM. And he was like, yo, let's have a meeting. So I go to the meeting. And at the time, I was very like, how would you call that? I was very irresponsible as a person. I was super irresponsible. And I was like, dude, my ego is so big, I'm gonna go to that meeting, and my answer is already, if he asks me to be on the team, I'm gonna say no. And then, the owner rolls up, we're talking on Skype, and he says, okay, dude, he offers me a spot on the team. He offers me $4,000 a month, plus he says that they're already working with the details, and they're gonna have an Overwatch League spot. So I won't even have to try for Overwatch League, I'm just gonna be in already. But at the time, my stream was making like $2,000 a month. So I would get like more viewers probably because of the team and probably more money and whatever. But I realized that, fuck me. I wanted to win. And their team wasn't a winning team. And yeah, I'd get money, but I want to seem like I'm overly noble and like over like a good person, but I realized that I get $4,000 a month, but what do my teammates get? What if I leave the team and the team disbands and they don't get a new tank, they don't get a new player? What happens with all my teammates? Like I get 4K and what about them? Well, they get nothing. So I'm the only one because of my stream that can afford to not be on a team, and I'm gonna leave all of them without a team. Well, that's just bullshit. That's just not good. That's just really trash. Right? It's just bad that I could be the only one who could afford it, and I would be the only one who would leave it. That's just fucking garbage. So I took the biggest risk ever, and I'm really proud. At the same time, it's not even like I considered it. I would feel bad today if I remember myself where I considered it, but I didn't even consider it. It wasn't even an option for me. It wasn't an option. Like, I feel like I would have been guilty to even think about it. Even thinking about leaving it would have been a crime. Right? Does that make sense? That's how it felt to me anyway. So I didn't leave. And I was really rude to him. I feel bad nowadays. I'm pretty sure the owner quit. He stopped managing the team, but I was really rude to him. Because I was kind of high ego, dude. I kept like laughing and shit. It was really odd. And then later on, we would win against them again in tournaments. And I would be like, yo, dude, what about that 4K? Nah, dude. Like, you know, guys, I was a kid, okay, dude. The guy offered me a helping hand, and I made fun of him for it, okay, dude. It was pretty bad, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, it was high ego, okay? What can I say? And then, it was the biggest risk ever that I ever took. At the same time, because Overwatch League was coming up, and what would happen there, dude? Like, there was a chance that literally none of us would make it. So I don't leave the nest and we don't make it. Like, I couldn't. Like, at that point for me, there was no alternative. There was no option. There was no, oh, like, well, what about the stream? What about it? Like, it was, we have to make it. Like, the price, the entry ticket, I just paid it. Like, for me, that missed opportunity was the entry ticket. Does that make sense? Like, I had already paid the price. So we fucking have to make it. And in a world where all the big teams were very complacent with their talent, they were like, yo, dude, we're so good. Like, these kids were easy to catch up to because they weren't putting in the time. Some of them had passion, yes. Not all of them. But a lot of them felt like they were getting paid. It's just a job. They're just chilling. But for us, it was like, it was passion and it was survival. Like, yo, there's no option here, dude. Like, there's no backup plan. We're too far this to back up. Like, it has to be it. And let's be honest. In the arena, dude, they're not going to win against people that have literally nothing to lose. Like, we're just going to roll them. And basically what happened is that I made a really bad move that everybody hated me for months, even years. Fuck! Okay, chat. I'm gonna just play in the game while I'm talking because this is getting kind of repetitive a little bit. I think this is getting kind of dumb. Okay, one last try. Because I don't want to play in the back while I'm talking, dude, you know? Anyway, long story short, what happened is that I just felt like with one of our players, we weren't gonna make it. I wasn't team captain, Dehan was. I felt like one of our players was lackluster. And I felt like we weren't gonna win with that person. And that was one of my best friends. Probably my best friend. The guy that I got along the most with. And a big tournament was coming up, and it was very important. Very important. And I felt all the pressure and this big need for survival and to make it, that I had to do something about it. So what I did is that I had another friend that was really good at the game, and not a lot of people believed in him at the time, and I didn't know why, but he was very, very strong. He was Linkser. And I believed in that guy 100%. Oh, was it Silk Thread? Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. I think first was Silk Thread. Yeah, the first one was Silk Thread. Yeah, we had two replacements, but the first one was Silk Thread. And then I was like, dude, I'm making the move. So I told the Hun and some people in like our staff or whatever, I told them, listen, I have an idea. Because we're not gonna like this. This is my idea. We're gonna put the main player on the sidelines. We're not gonna kick him. We're gonna put him on the sidelines for this one tournament, just to see if it's gonna do well. I think that there's a flaw in his play, and I want to see it through. It came from a noble, guys. It wasn't evil. It came from a good place. So even though I wasn't captain, I kind of benched him, and then we got a replacement. We got Silkwood instead. And Silkwood was full of energy. He was a little bit shy at times, but I was always like buffing him, like, yeah, dude, we're doing this. Hell yeah, dude, we're doing it. Yeah, we got this, man. Come on, go. And he had a lot of energy. And we did really fucking well that tournament. We popped off really fucking hard, and he was rolling. And then there's a lot of drama, because that player of our team felt cheated, which was normal, overreaction. We got third place, which was $1,100, I think. And we rolled. I was like, dude, fuck, dude, like, I just felt so, like, empowered, like, maybe I shouldn't have, but to do such a risky move, like, on my own, to go on a limb and go on like a feeling thing, and to be rewarded with a win is crazy, especially in a time where we're starting to decline a little bit. Guys, the chronology is a little bit weird in my stories. Some of it is a little bit off chronology, but whatever. And then the forums were like, they were mad at me for kicking the other teammate out or putting him on the bench for one game. So they would throw away insults at us like, we got carried by that one guy, or we don't deserve to be in our spots, or we're not gonna make it, or people were being very rude, not because of objectively our team, but objectively because they were mad at what I did. So now the war was against us. And that was very high. Yo, Zeno, actual pog, man, this is the host, man. Zeno, much I did. It just felt like now that the world was against us. That was pretty hard at first. But oh yeah, before that chat, another mini story. I had done this with another player. Okay, I'm done. I'll do another round. There's another player on our team that was garbage. Okay, he wasn't garbage. He was just not good. He wasn't motivated. He had no energy. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'll say, guys, he's a good player. He's a good guy. I like him. His name was Endless. And I started recruiting for a new player. So I asked people to send me reviews of their gameplay to hire somebody new. And then I went through VODs and people's rankings or whatever. And then a more silent player that you wouldn't really hear that much was Dante. Like, send me his VOD, and it was like 3 a.m. at night. It was like 3 a.m. I'm going through VODs, and I look at this guy's VOD, and he's pretty good. Then I realized that, like, he's in scrims, and he's like not even talking, which is like a big no-no. And he's listening to music. I'm like, yo, who the fuck listens to music in scrims? Like, dude, you're not even allowed to. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And whenever he talked, he was like, I'm like, dude, this guy's smoking weed. Like, I don't understand. Like, this guy's high. But he was good. He was good. He was a good player. So I gave him a tryout. It was Dante. And he was like a solo player, dude. He wouldn't even listen. He was good. So we hired him, and that's how Dante came on. That's how Dante's career started, I would say. And I was really impressed at the time. He had like a 100,000 subscriber YouTube channel for Minecraft. I was like, that's really cool, man. You know, like, this guy's content, yo. Anyway, so that's how Dante came along with us. And it was really good, so we're really happy with that. Sleeper, yeah, the story is Sleeper, dude. It is. Anyway, okay. Back to what I was saying earlier. So now we were getting success with this new player, this this replacement of ours, and that person was going to go to med school, and he didn't want to compete, and I kept trying to tell him, I'm like, dude, like, you got what it takes, man, like, we're gonna make it, but he never wanted to play. Like, Silk Thread never wanted to play with to play. He just didn't want to, which was kind of saddening, because we had chemistry with that guy, dude. But can you really blame him, dude? We were just a bunch of bums, and our salary was just, guys, we weren't getting paid. So we couldn't even tell him that we were gonna make money. You know? But what we offered him though was, you know, like a dream to make it. But I don't blame him for not taking it. He didn't take it. And at that time at this time in the story, Overwatch League was announced. There was a lot of hype, and there was a lot of big teams that were dropping their players. Big teams that with big salaries were dropping their teams entirely, and they were putting everybody on the street because Overwatch League was going to be expensive, and they couldn't buy in. So why bother sponsoring players if you're not going to be in the league and you can't afford it? Why bother? So a lot of good players were not available to pursue the dream with us. Then we had to make another tough call. Ambiguous and Chairman I did, but we kind of had to drop the Hun. Because he was a good player, but a lot of times we needed him to fix one thing in his gameplay, and it wasn't getting fixed. Everything else was good from him, but there was one thing where that wasn't getting fixed. It was him using his ultimate ability. So we got a new player instead. We hired Custa. And Custa was like, I was really happy. It felt like, I was like, dude, hell yeah, man, you're so fucking smart for the day. I mean, it was a no-brainer, but I did it. There's another moment where I felt so empowered, like, dude, holy shit, like, this is Pog. He was talking a lot. When my strats were trash, he'd say, no, we're not doing that, stop, we're doing this instead. And then every time I had a bad idea, he'd say, no, we're not doing this. And he was very vocal. And we needed that. I was the voice of leadership, but we needed a voice of reason. And Custa was the voice of reason. And I can't, this is such bad gameplay. Okay, well last try. Anyway. Then it was one of the last tournaments to ever happen. Then it was Contenders Season 0 or whatever. And that was the last time we could ever showcase our skill before Overwatch League came along. This song is in repeat? Yeah, I fixed it. There you go, I fixed it. I will play... Do we go for this? Anyway, this was going to be our last tournament. And, I have to be honest, like, to me, like, nothing mattered anymore. Like, only competing mattered. There was nothing. Like, the stream, I liked it. I love the stream. But this had to be it. Like, once again, like, it was like the... Like, it was my job to make sure that we did everything, we maximized every possible thing to do well in that tournament. And, we made it to like the I don't remember, like the finals of that tournament. We went to the finals and we had to. There was one other unsponsored team that was there, and they were also in like the finals, whatever. or like close, I don't remember. And we had to beat them. It was them or us. There was no other option. It had to be us. Because we were the 2 unsponsored teams, right? Like we have to make it. Anyway, before the tournament, I'm not even under the bus, but now they wanted to go to VidCon or whatever the fuck, yeah. Because he was still like a known YouTuber at the time. So, he went to VidCon. And he was gonna play from somebody else's room. And in the past, I have blamed him for this, but it was unreasonable. Like, I didn't want to blame him. Like, I just felt like in a spot where we need to maximize everything, I was disappointed. Because we're all trying to maximize our performance and all trying to like only think about every possible thing that could ever help us to compete. And this guy goes to another guy's house. Like, I get it, it's a video game, but comfort in your own room matters a lot. And I just thought that he would perform not as good. Maybe he did perform up to par, but I felt like in another room, in another like place, he wouldn't compete as good as he would. And it just kind of saddened me a little bit. So we played, and we all did pretty fine, and he did fine too, but I feel like he could have done more. And then we lost last round, like last game, last map. And I was like, wait, like this is it, this is done, it's over. Like it's literally over. Because then what am I gonna say to possible employers for our team? What am I gonna tell them? We're the best unsponsored team? We literally lost in the last round of the most important tournament to another unsponsored team. Why wouldn't they get them instead? Like, I have no arguments. I have nothing to go on with. I can't convince them. So I was on Discord, and it was kind of like a goodbye. Like, for me, I got lucky. I caught a break because I had World Cup coming up, and I had qualified for World Cup. Yeah, I had qualified for World Cup. So I could showcase my talent one more time on the world stage and still have a chance at this getting me hired on my own for the Overwatch League team. But that's not a luxury all the players had. So it was kind of a goodbye. Like on Discord, it was kind of like, yo guys, like we told the staff, you know, because we had like coaches or whatever, and we're like, guys, it's kind of done. GG's. Goodbye. That kind of. And yeah, it was just really sad, dude. Cause for some reason, like I always like push my players really hard in our team. Like sometimes they didn't want to stream, and I'm like, yo, dude, because if you had a bigger stream, and if people were interested in you, dude, like you could use that as like leverage to get into tournaments. Because tournaments were, I told you earlier, right? They were invite. Sometimes they were invite only. You had to get invited. So I was like, yo, guys, look, guys, we have this many viewers, and we have our streams, dude. And I always motivate my players to stream and to fucking, you know, I always like push them a little bit, dude. I guess I don't want to make myself look like so noble, but in my head, anyway, I always like try to push them really hard to stream. Yeah, the stream is songs repeating. I don't know why. It's really annoying. It's always on loop, dude. Okay, chat. I'm almost done with this. Okay, chat. Almost there. There's a little bit more to go. So, yeah, what was I? Yeah, that was kind of the end of that. And the other players didn't have like a stream to fall back onto, and didn't have like other things. They had like jobs or whatever. Like I don't know. It was really bad. But all in all, One of my favorite experience ever was World Cup because it was really refreshing. That kind of really like it really like pushed my fire to compete a lot because World Cup was like one of the best, most amazing experiences ever. With Team Canada. Anyway, so I just kept streaming, doing a little bit of variety here and there, like doing small stuff. And I had to go to Poland. And at the time, I had a crazy amount of anxiety. I had like a crazy amount of chest pains, and like tunnel vision, fucking like panics, dude. It was really bad. Like I couldn't get out of the house that much. That's why I play games so often. And I had to take the plane for 8 hours overseas in a place where I could not get help, you know, like in the plane, and that scared the fuck out of me. So I was like, what if I have like panic like on board or something? Or what if I feel bad on board? What if something happens? Like I'm alone. And it was very overwhelming. So all the times I was getting recruited and I was like doing all this stuff, like I felt like it seems really bad and evil almost, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna compete up until I have to go to the plane and I'm just not gonna go on it. Like this thought gave me a lot of comfort. So I was like, yo, dude, it's always an option. Like just having that thought kind of gave me comfort. Like I'm just not gonna go on the plane at the last minute. And having that backup plan kind of made it easier for me to see it. Anyway, the day rolls around, and I'm like packing my shit, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the airport, I'm gonna go to the gate, and then I'm gonna go home. Like I'm just gonna go to the plane and just turn around. That was my plan. Because that gave me comfort, dude. I know it's dumb, but guys, I'm giving you guys my train of thought. Because I was like, dude, you know, like I'm just not gonna go. So now I went, and I'm just sitting there, dude, and I had so much anxiety. My chest was fucking hurting and shit. And I was like, you know, dude, let's just I'm just gonna blindly get onto the plane and strap in and see how it feels. And if not, I can just go back and get out. So I go on, dude. I go onto the plane and I strap in, and I start getting like crazy panic, like holy shit. And then they start like closing the plane, and I'm like, dude, like I guess I'm stuck, dude. So I kind of purposely put myself in positions that were hard to get away from. So I would force myself to do it. I was like, dude, there's a story of a guy called, I think, Kib, and he was gonna make it as a pro player, and he did make it because he did that. I think, I could be wrong about this, but he qualified, and when it was time to fly, he didn't fly. I could be wrong about the story, but it's how somebody else told me. It's how somebody else told me. And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna be that. I'm not gonna be that. I got this. And I was like, dude, there's no option. Like, I put too many things behind. I sacrificed too much and went through too much shit to just not go. So if something does happen to me, whatever, dude, I kind of like came to terms with the idea that I was like, dude, whatever, man. Like, that's just how it's gonna be. So I was really fucking scared. But I flew to Poland. And I had like 4 panic attacks. Dude, it was crazy. But I still went. And then I got there and it was really fun. Like there was like all the teams were there, like all the Koreans, all the other languages. I even had like fans in other teams of other countries. It was really cool. And it was just really fun. Like it just felt like for once I was exactly in the position or in the spot physically where I should be, and there's nowhere in the world where I'm meant to be. Like this, I am right where my feet should be at, doing the exact thing that I always wanted to do, that I should be doing. Like that's like a crazy feeling, that you know for a fact that you could be anywhere in the world, doing anything. There's nothing that is even close to what you're doing right now. And that was like and I always chase that feeling. Right? That was fucking crazy. And I remember, dude, all we had to do is beat Russia. I mean, we had to beat all the other teams, and then beat Russia, and then beat the Netherlands. And I was so stressed out. Like, once again, if we didn't qualify, we didn't make it to LAN. We didn't make it to LAN. Is there a clip here?
He's marketable.
I can't watch. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Keep doing it.
I'll do it one more time. I got to do it one more time.
Yeah, one more. Taxi. Was that?
No, it's not good. Sorry, do it.
He's committed. He's committed.
Any other ideas?
No, he's doing it one more time.
You can do open hands if it's easier. If it's easier for you. Is that good?
Yeah. Is that more comfortable? The fists look like it hurt.
I can't believe this.
Go now. Go now.
There's a bunch of people in the back that look at me like I was crazy.
It's fine. It's fine now. I did for 20 minutes. I'm a gamer, dude.
Do the Winston dance.
Okay. Jeez, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, I was out of breath, yo. Anyway, long story short, dude, is like it's a really, really tight series, right? And we had to win. And I remember, dude, I wasn't shaking. Like I was confident. But I remember, like, you know, in that game, you know how long it takes you to die, and how long it should take you to die if you're out in the open and you're getting shot at. And I remember I was under. It was first push. We were defending on Hollywood, and then I peeked the corner at bottom because I want to see what's going on outside, right? And I peeked the corner on that map, and I die like fucking instantly. And I was like, holy shit, dude, is this the end, dude? Like, whoa, the outro song really did. What the fuck's going on? Right? And anyway, I ended up playing like really safe and really well, dude, and we kind of beat him, like super close match, and then we qualified, and I was gonna go to BlizzCon. Like, isn't that crazy, dude? To go to fucking BlizzCon to compete? That's fucking crazy. And we didn't get there by fluke. Like, I had to fucking travel to Europe and compete and win to get there, and I was fucking pog. Fuck me. Okay, and then that's where I met Soda for the first time. I met Mitch. I met like Surefour introduced me to Soda. I met a bunch of people, and it was really pog. And then there's like more viewers, more hype, more whatever. I think the story is behind a lot of the story that I said before, because that was first World Cup. Second was even crazier, I think. And that was first World Cup. But yeah, I don't know, dude. It was really I don't know. Like, it's cool to do things out of passion, but when it's mixed with like survival and passion, like when you need it, when you want it, but you need it, I feel like you go way above people that need it or people that want it. Like, you roll them. When you have that fire, dude, like, you just win. And that's kind of how I felt. I was like, dude, these guys can't compete, dude. Like, yeah, I didn't get beta access because I used to scam people in WoW. So I think I was like off the fucking beta list for Overwatch. I didn't get into beta, so I was late. I was like, these people are way better than me. But, dude, like, you know, I wanted it and I needed it. What else? Fuck, chat, there's another part of my story that I wanted to say. Yeah, second World Cup. Yeah, okay. And then after second World Cup, I popped off. Like, I think I did pretty well. We all did well. We got a second place. And just before that, I had tryouts for a team, for the Fuel. Yeah, there's so many stories, chat. I can't say them all. There's just too many of them. Like that story where like I was trying out for teams, and my parents pulled the plug on my computer, and then I failed the tryouts because I disconnected. And this is a bunch of shit that happened. Like to just put into context, like there was like I was like against the world or whatever, and it's really overwhelming. And my last chance was I just sent a DM to one of the owners of the Fuel, which was Kaika at the time. I was like, yo, dude, like, I know because we had bad blood at the time, like, it was drawn between me and him. I was like, yo, dude, can you get a trial, dude? Like, I need this. And I was like, sure, dude. And he gave it to me. And I did pretty well in the tryouts, except for my comms. I kept talking, and Mickey kept saying, I don't know what he's saying, I don't know what he's saying, I don't know what he's saying. And I would say, dude, and he would say, did. And I don't know if I did well or not. And I have to be honest. I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I had tried out for all the teams. I had even relocated my stream or relocated my entire place so I could play better. Like, I had done everything I could to play better, and I did better. I did so well in tryouts. I did so well. And a lot of people remember. Maybe even Zachary remembers or something, or some other players. Like, in some of these shoutouts, I fucking rolled. And I never got a call back from any of them. And I remember even a staff member, a fucking rando, like, nobody fucking knows. Like, some sweet fucker, dude, that's like, some, like, low-rated shitter was hired to be, like, the GM of the team, and he was running the tryouts. And I remember, I was winning. I had won all of our maps. 4 maps out of 4 I had won. And I asked, am I getting picked? And he said no. I was like, why? I was like, I know it's very rude to ask why, because, you know, it's just kind of odd. But why am I not picked? Like, I did so well. And he's like, well, we didn't like this, that, and this. I'm like, yeah, but I won. And it was crazy to me. Because every block that I showed up to, I think I did 3 blocks of scrims. I kept winning. Because I was a player that would do the things that it was needed to win. I didn't give a fuck about looking good, about getting good stats, about appearing like I was good. I did things to win, and I won. And I thought it was fucking trash that I would get denied for certain things that are craftable, that are improvable. Why would you let go of a winning player? Anyway, all the tryouts were shit, and all the people that were hired to hire people were shit, and I hated all of them. So finally, I made an Overwatch League, because that last tryouts was it. But I don't think I got hired for the stream size. I mean, the stream was pretty big at the time. I was hired to play, not to stream. That was made very clear from the beginning. And a lot of people try to discredit my career or whatever, dude, by saying that, oh, dude, it was for the stream. Dude, it was for the stream. It was only the stream. And I never cared about this shit. Because when you know inside, like, why something is happening, who cares what they think? Because the only fulfillment that I get is the one that I give myself, not the ones that others give me, dude. I don't give a fuck about what they're saying. Like, I couldn't care. And Yo, dude, your mom is fat. Your mom is fat, fat mom, fat, big whale mom, whale big, and I fucked her. Thank you. So I had to say bad words to this guy so you would feed. Fuck! I'm sorry, dude. I rolled you. Anyway, let me finish the story. And I have to be honest. I got hired to play. And I signed the contracts and whatever. And yeah, I got less money than I thought I would get. And less money that my value was worth. I was extremely underpaid. But I didn't care because it's what I wanted. I wanted to compete. And there was no price for that. So I just signed and whatever, dude. And at the time, I was promised a certain amount. And people were saying you need an agent, so they negotiate. And I got an agent, and they negotiated, and I got less than the amount I started with. And I had to give them a cut. So at that point, I was like, dude, what the fuck? But whatever, dude. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I didn't give a fuck. But anyway, I'll give my true feelings. Okay. My actual true feelings was that even though I was on the team, that like energy. That the team before, the energy of like passion and survival and all in and that mentality is like so powerful, and it's what I signed up for. It's what I always wanted to do. And then I got into a team that was already built, that people were just like, I don't know, like the energy wasn't there, like it's just not what I signed up for. It just felt so different. And it seemed like everything that I wanted, you know, I would get a salary and get money. Like, who cares? Like, the whole reason why I'm even in this place is like the passion, the fire, and this disregards all of it. And it felt really fucking hollow. Like, I felt like I chased something. I said this before, but I felt like I chased something for so long. I wanted to be on a team. And as soon as I got it, I was like, is that really what I wanted? And honestly, it's not. It's not what I really wanted. It was kind of yeah, it's not what I signed up for. So everybody always asks like, oh dude, yeah, how do you feel, you know, being kicked out, whatever, dude? Honestly, I wouldn't have lasted very long, because you can only be starved. Like once I had that fire before, that passion, dude. If I was starved from it for a certain amount of time, I could only last for so long until I lose my shit. And I was about there when I got kicked out. I was on the edge. So it kind of like coincidentally was good, right? And yeah, it sucks. I wish we had made it. Like, when there's no option, it's always more pure. Like, there's no other things to do. Like, there's no like, oh, backup plan. But there's no like whatever, dude. It's really pure because there's nothing else. This is the only thing your mind is on about. Like, is that doing that one thing. Yeah. Okay. I think that was the chat. Yeah, I don't think there's much more there. That was kind of like the serpent. There's a lot of stories around that, but they're not like. Yeah, new game, chat. New game. Okay, chat. I'm gonna try monkey ball. Let me just put this on my desktop. It's a good game. Okay, I'm muted, yes. Sorry about that for all those other scummags. They was just I noticed you playing it in Tarkov. Are you playing it today? Maybe the other tonight, yeah? Well, I had to open a file.
Loving the content PVC. Here's to more months.
I have to
of
extract it?
streams. I and chat love you always. xQcOW. Also chat please break the Sag world record for me smile.